Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding updates. The first thing we're gonna talk about is a new physique update, off-season physique update from Urs Kalecinski. Now in my previous video, I told you guys that Urs doesn't look super massive when he's alone, right? Because you know why, you probably remember. But in this video, you'll see how big he actually is next to a top 5, top 4 Olympian, Martin Fitzwater. Check this out. So here he is, just standing there, training, and then Martin approaches. Look at the size difference. Look at how massive Urs actually is standing next to Martin. Look at that freaking chest, man. Chest, shoulders, arms, everything. He is a big freaking guy. He is actually pretty freaking massive. Now, of course, on stage, Martin is definitely more complete. Everything on Martin is popping out, so he creates an illusion of being much bigger, but in reality, he's not that much bigger than Urs, if at all. Urs is taller, sure, there's that as well, but it's not just that. Urs is actually pretty freaking massive, especially now that he switched to the open, and this is him right now in his post-show rebound. So I'm not sure exactly what his weight is, but I'm sure he gained some muscle, some weight at least, and he is still in great shape. He's just big, swollen, huge, actually. So right here you can see exactly what his size is at, and again, a lot of people are saying that he can do really well in the open. Even though he won 2 pro shows, people are like, he will never be top 5, top 6 because he doesn't have a great back, he's not as packed as the other top level bodybuilders, like he will never get to the size of Nick Walker, for example, or I don't know, Derek Lunsford. But like Derek Lunsford, I think he's like 240 on stage max, and Hadi is like 235. So these guys are not really that massive, that heavy, that big. They just have this crazy illusion, and I think Urs has that as well. It's just gonna take a couple of more years of really shaping that physique, really adding the details, adding little muscles everywhere, so everything just pops out. And if he improves the back a little bit more, adds a little bit more cintle to his arms and lats, just joking, but not really. If he improves the weaker body parts and he just gets more, maybe more maturity, more details everywhere, I think he has the potential to be one of the top guys at a Mr. Olympia. Look at the size. So just give him a couple more years. I think anything is possible, honestly. Now Martin here, I'm pretty sure he went off of everything. So we got this posing footage as well. It's probably gonna be on Urs's YouTube channel soon and we'll see more of it. But here is Urs right now. Martin is in the background. He's not really flexing. I'm pretty sure Martin went off of everything since the Prague Pro. I'm sure he did. But honestly, I'm not so sure about Urs. I mean, Martin can relax a little bit. He doesn't have to rush. He's qualified for the Mr. Olympia. But Urs needs to compete sooner. He needs to qualify again. I'm sure he will qualify if he chooses the shows wisely, the way he did last year. He can't win an Arnold Classic or a New York Pro, most likely, or a Pittsburgh Pro, or Dubai. But if he chooses the shows smartly and carefully, I'm sure he can win again. Now, if he wants to make progress before he does that, and then the Mr. Olympia, he can't really take it too easy now that he switched to the open. So based on his current hardness and fullness and the look, I'm pretty sure he's doing something in his post-show rebound because he's definitely progressing. Now in this physique update right here, you can see that like I said, even though he probably stuffed his arms full of something and got them a lot bigger, they're still not really as full and as round as the arms of the top guys like Nick, Hadi, Derek, Samson, Andrew even. But I'm pretty sure all those guys, most of those guys have done a lot of SEO, especially Andrew. I mean, Hadi, of course, we all know that. I think Samson did something as well last year a little bit. Derek, obviously, as well. Martin, too, I would say. It's only Nick that probably hasn't done anything to his arms, at least, because he doesn't need to. But can Urs really change the shape of his arms to make them look as full and as round as the other guys with SEO? or any other way, really. I doubt that. But does he need to have everything? Doesn't everybody have some flaws? Even with his arms being shaped the way they are, look at the triceps right here, flat, man. Even with the arms like this and the back not being the greatest, I think he still has enough tools to be one of the top guys. Maybe not to win the Mr. Olympia, but to be top 5. I can see that. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. Real quickly, guys, I want to show you Hype Reloaded. It's a pre-workout by the Blackstone Labs, but stimulant-free. It just pumps stuff. It's going to improve your blood circulation. You're going to have better pump, better focus as well without any stimulants, guys. I take it always, especially before the arm workout for a better pump and some other body parts that I need to improve. I don't do it for legs personally because I hate a great pump in the legs. It hurts too much. But for back, for chest, for arms, I do it. I love it. You guys should try it. Find it on the Blackstone Labs website and use the code EVAN for a 15% discount. Now, the next thing we got is something pretty freaking crazy from Nick Walker. We got another physique update from him, but this one is the first one to pop out on my IG, and he posted this, and he looks absolutely nuts here, man. And I can tell you one thing for sure, this guy is not off right now. He is not cruising. No way. No way. Why? Well, because he doesn't have somebody who's gonna tell him not to do it, because he's self-coaching right now, and I'm sure he's blasting like a maniac, and he looks insane. Insane. Based on what he's saying, he's 280 pounds, guys, 280 with this condition. And this is very good condition. He has no fat on his body. He just looks much bigger and fuller than on the Mr. Olympia stage. Conditioning-wise, he's pretty much there. I can tell based on his lower chest striations, when he has that, he is in shape. So he's 280 in this kind of condition, and he keeps emphasizing and telling everybody that he is doing this by himself. Here in the caption he says, "This one is for me," meaning I'm gonna do this prep my own way. What is Nick Walker's way? It's probably going all the way out, going crazy, all gas, no brakes. And I think that's exactly what he's going to try and do for the Arnold Classic. We all kind of know that he's prepping for the Arnold Classic right now, even though he didn't announce it. But as you can see right here, looking absolutely nuts. Now, there are two possibilities that can happen in this scenario. One would be that he goes all out with gear, with everything, and gets super massive, even more than he already was, and also goes all the way out with conditioning, actually gets super shredded, because he said he didn't like the Pittsburgh Pro look. He thought he could have been leaner. So if he goes for crazy condition and also brings up his weaker body parts, let's put it that way, like his legs, and he doesn't look flat in the end, he can look like an absolute freak. Now, the other possible scenario, which I think is more likely, is that he's gonna go crazy mid-prep and he's gonna hire somebody to help him finish the prep. Now, what's gonna happen in the end? What's gonna be the outcome? It's gonna be interesting to see, but yeah, I really doubt that Nick has that mental fortitude to actually do a prep alone. You know, that requires a really high level of mental stability. You need to really know what you want to do, and when you make a decision, to actually stick with it, not change your mind 100 times in a day because you think something else might be better. And that's very difficult. People who can do that are very rare, and I just don't see Nick as being one of those people. So it's gonna be difficult for him to land this plane safely and to actually do a good job with that. But if he does, again, if everything actually kind of goes well for him and he's really hardcore with the prep, he might end up looking the freakiest ever, if he survives this, of course. Here is another snippet from his YouTube channel. Take a look at this, man. Take a look at this. This is just nuts. Nuts. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, again, it doesn't matter how big he is if he doesn't nail the condition, if he doesn't bring a good peak, and if he doesn't practice posing and all that. Will he do that now that he's prepping alone? We'll see, but again, two possibilities. You guys tell me which one do you think is more realistic scenario. Again, one that he comes in as bigger than ever actually, and super shredded, with better posing, because he decided to really try his best this year, or the other scenario where he messes everything up and, I don't know, creates some kind of trouble, hires a coach at the end and doesn't show up on at all. What do you think is going to happen, guys? Tell me down below in the comment section. Alright, and the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is Ramon, because he posted some really freaky shots, and I hear a lot of people say that like he's not the best classic physique in the world, that he doesn't have very classic lines, this and that, he doesn't have the shape, but I'm looking at this photo and the others, you'll see them in a moment, and man, he looks so freaking big for a classic guy. Can you believe that this is even classic physique? Now, I have no doubts that he made the weight. I know that he was always very strict with that. He was always on point with his weight for his height. He was always measured correctly. So, yeah, he actually is a classic physique competitor. He's not cheating his way into it. No, but he still looks super massive. Check out this one, for example, as well. Huge, massive. Now, yeah, he deserved to win the Mr. Olympia. I don't know how exactly, because Tyler Mannion gave him the back pose when he was compared to Mike Sommerfeld, which I think makes zero sense. But still, he won. I mean, he was probably the most aesthetic guy with the most size. But what I'm thinking about here is how well would he do in open bodybuilding? Because this is him ready for classic after he made the weight. He got super dry, super shredded. What if he did the open class? Like the other classic guys who tried this, like Urs, like Chris. I mean, in this case, even without an off season, just a different peak week and a couple more weeks to rebound after the Mr. Olympia, if he competed at the Prague Pro. I mean, here is an example of my client, for example, Stanislav. We were prepping for the Arnold Classic Europe, where he won the overall of the classic physique. He was obviously in good condition, but we had to make the weight, so he had to do the sauna and the spitting thing, the whole thing, to make the weight. Then we tried to bring back the fullness, and we brought it back as quickly as we could, but it still wasn't a full look. To get back the whole fullness, it requires a couple more weeks. So the next show we did was like 3 weeks after that Arnold Classic. It was Serbia Nationals, where he competed in a bodybuilding class, where he also won. And this is him here with like 15 more pounds. So with more water in the system, more carbs, more food, and just training and doing everything relaxed for a couple of weeks without any diuretics or anything. So he was basically in similar shape, just much bigger and fuller. Now imagine if Ramon did this. If he ate like, say, 800 grams of carbs with insulin for a week or two after this show, and then he dried it out a little bit at the end, he would not gain any fat, he would just get super, super full. That would look crazy, guys. That would be super amazing. As a bodybuilding fan and as a coach as well, I would love to see that happen. I would like to see these coaches actually have some guts to do stuff like this. Like, really bring these guys super full. For example, the way Milos Sarcev was doing it back in the day with Dennis Wolf, 2007, for example. That was a crazy peak. So that's what I like as a coach. I like to do crazy peak weeks, which really bring out the best out of you. Maybe it's a bit risky, but you still can look like 30% better than without a good peak week. Now, if you guys are looking for a coach, somebody to help you peak for a show, prep for a show, or just to get more shredded for the summer or grow in the off season in a healthy way, we can talk about everything. You guys just DM me on Even Bodybuilding Coaching on Instagram. We can talk about that as well. But as far as Ramon Dino, once again, yeah, he'll probably stay a classic physique champion for a while. I think he can if he keeps continuing bringing this kind of condition, this kind of look. So if he does that, he'll stay there. But at one point, I hope, at one point, we'll see him in the open as well. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Check out the Blackstone Labs website. Buy whatever you want. Just use the code EVAN for the 15% discount. For coaching services, DM me at Even Bodybuilding Coaching. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you enjoy this content. And see you soon. All the best and bye-bye.